Welcome to your latest Chelsea news. Chelsea fans, we have some great news today. We also have some news that I would consider very frustrating / bad news, depending on how you want to take it, but we will talk about it in this video. I don't want to mess around. If you are new around here, make sure you leave a subscribe to be notified every time I upload a video about talking Chelsea. Let's get into this news. We'll start with the good news. The good news is we have some very key players coming back for the West Ham game, which I didn't think all three would be ready for. But we have Malo Gusto, which is a huge relief. That means no Disasi at right back. We have Enzo Fernandez back, recovered from his illness, which I think he probably just had jet lag from the international break. And Romeo Lavia, which is a huge boost to that midfield. Enzo Maresca is going to have a very difficult time trying to juggle the perfect balance in midfield. I think given enough time, you could have a midfield three of Lavia, Caicedo and Enzo. I feel like there could be some balance there, but I also feel like it will be a disaster until it works. And then when it works, people will go, wow, why didn't we do this sooner? However, I think it's a headache for Enzo Maresca. We massively missed Romeo Lavia against Bournemouth. I think Caicedo had a great game, but Lavia, his ball distribution, his recovery, he's just a baller. We want to keep him fit. And thankfully, he should be back for the West Ham game. Now, Sky Sports and multiple reports have seen them in training for first team training as well. So they should, in theory, be back for the West Ham game, which is great. Big boost. Big boost for us Chelsea fans. I am hoping and praying that Romeo Lavia's injury was something minor and something that, can be easily worked off and isn't something reoccurring, because he had massive injury problems last season, as we're aware. But when that guy plays, he is so good and so vital to Chelsea's midfield, ticking over defensively and going forward in those transitions. It'll be very interesting to see how Enzo Fernandez fits back into this team. Not to say there isn't a place for him. Of course there is. But his style of play is very different to, the midfield that we laid out against Bournemouth. Enzo Fernandez is, I think, more of a deep line playmaker who can accompany that six, do some ball recoveries, do a bit of the dirty work, but then try to get that ball forward and unlock the front three or front four as fast as possible. So it'll be very interesting to see him play against West Ham. Again, Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo all mixing together, I think could be a perfectly balanced midfield. I just don't know how we could. Until it works, it will be horrible, But let me know your thoughts in the comments about these three players returning. Malo Gusto is a huge relief, because Disasi at right back was a disaster. There's a lot of people in my TikTok comment section that just call Disasi disaster. That's it. And I totally agree. I think, yes, he's a centre-back. That is his preferred position. He has played right back for us many times and done a job there last season when we didn't have Reece James or Gusto. But we missed Gusto so much. He's such a good player. He brings us so much defensive stability on the right-hand side. And the build-up play from right-back with Gusto is flawless. So super excited to have him back. Now, moving on to the annoying / bad news, depending on how you want to take this. Reece James is still injured. And he's picked up another injury while being injured, which is, it's got to be some sort of new record. I want to do a separate video on Reece James, because I feel like we need to talk about Reece James and this whole situation and the problem. It's a conversation that Chelsea fans do not want to have, but I'm willing to have that conversation because, if I'm being honest, I'm emotionally exhausted with the continuous up and downs and the emotional roller coaster that Reece James puts us Chelsea fans through. He is an exceptional player, but you have to add that phrase. You have to add that phrase, when he is fit. And I'm just done. I'm actually just done with trying to pray that Reece James come back and stays injury-free, because yes, we know the qualities he have. Yes, we know he's the captain and, academy graduate and blah. I get that. I genuinely respect that. And I love Reece James, but he is becoming like Robin Van Persie at Arsenal, where he was there for 7 years, but spent 4 years on the injury table. Or Jack Wilshere, where absolutely world-class, but stiff breeze knocks him over and he's out for 3 months. Reece James is going to have his own video, but essentially he's picked up another knock during his recovery process. He's not recovered fully, and they don't even have a time for him to be coming back from injury. They're like, we don't know. So I don't know whether Reece James is, and this is not like a knock on him personally, because I think as a person he's such a top guy. unbelievable professional, wants to do the best for Chelsea, lives and breathes and bleeds Chelsea, and I nothing but admiration for that. But as a player, as his body, is it just destroyed at this point? We've relied on him so heavily over the years from right back because he's such a great talent and he performs so well when he is fit. That key phrase again. I don't know. Maybe his body's just telling him, I've had enough, mate. I can't do it anymore. Which is such a shame, really, because what is he, 24, 25? Which, is crazy young still, at the highest level of football. But yes, Chelsea fans, annoying, bad news, however you want to take it. Reece James is not returning for the West Ham game, and we have no definitive date on when he will be fit again, which is a shame more than anything. But of course, we move on to the West Ham game. Saturday, we are away to West Ham, which is a bit of a bogey fixture for us. I think the results over the last few years have been very up and down, whether it's been draws, wins, losses, no sort of clear-cut. It's not like a one-sided fixture for us at the moment. I think it'll be a very tough game to go away to West Ham, and I think that we can get it over the line if tactics are right and players turn up. Having Lavia back is a massive thing. Having Gusto back is huge. Are we going to start Jadon Sancho? I think that he deserves to start. However, it's also been reported that he is still trying to fully recover from the Bournemouth game, trying to get his match fitness back to where it should be. So he may not start. He may have a cameo appearance in the second half again. But if he performs the way he did against Bournemouth, you're more than welcome to do that, Enzo. You know what I mean? Like, you do you, because it worked a treat. Be very interesting. And I want to know your thoughts about the West Ham game, what your predictions may be, who you think the starting 11 should be in the comments. Because it'll be very, very interesting. I will be doing a preview for that game. But yeah, that's basically the latest Chelsea news, that we have Gusto back, we have Lavia back, and Enzo Fernandez back for the West Ham game. And Reece James is just still injured. And we have no definitive date of him coming back. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here for any Chelsea content. I'm trying to upload as regularly and consistently as possible. If you're not following me on TikTok, there's a link in the description. Feel free to follow me on there for daily Chelsea content. And until next time, guys, peace.